Am I the only one that's getting worried about all these layoffs that seem to be happening right now? Am I really the only one? Because I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm getting really worried now with seeing all these layoffs. All over YouTube, I'm seeing people do a bunch of videos as well on social media about how they're getting laid off. And the scary thing about it is most people do not even know when it's going to happen. Some people are extremely surprised when they get laid off. You see, I've never been laid off before, right? So I know there's some signs that you can notice. Okay, things are not working. A lot of people transferring to other departments. They keep on talking about how they're not hitting the revenue, but that's not what I'm hearing from people getting fired currently. People just getting fired either because of the political landscape changed, or companies are just deciding to just lay people off because things is getting really expensive right now. And I ain't gonna front, I'm scared. And I'm not the only one. And that's the reason why I diversify my jobs as well. Having one income stream is certainly not enough. And that's my fix to this, right? But I haven't built enough from my side income to replace my primary income. But I am working on it. And I still, even with that, I still feel scared. But I know myself, I'm a hustler, I'll figure it out. But I know there's a lot of people out there who just rely on one job. And that has to be really something that you're extremely worried about right now, right? Especially when you work for a company and you built so much equity in your career, right? And you've been working there for so long. And you know if you go somewhere else or if they lay you off, you start all over again. And right now, everything is super duper expensive. It's extremely expensive right now. And if you're living in an area where it's already expensive, and you know the job you're gonna get is gonna pay you less, if you had to get a new job, it's even expensive to move to go somewhere else to try other opportunities. And you would think, right, working remote is the ultimate thing, but it feels like companies now are shifting. They seem to not want people to work remote anymore. I mean, yes, you have the hybrid aspect, but that doesn't help opening up your prospect of getting jobs in other places, right? So man, it's really worrisome. I do this channel, I talk about finances or whatnot, and the video, I'm trying to motivate people. And the video that I see constantly popping up my feed of people getting laid off like in the 50s. And they're explaining how hard it is to get a job. And listen, I'm 43, right? I'm anticipating in my 50s, if there is a layoff, unfortunately, that it will be hard for me to get a job. Right? Simply because of my age, people just want to hire someone younger. Even though you know way more than the younger person, they just want to give the opportunity to someone that's younger, and to their eyes, is that if you're younger, you're hungrier. But I'm seeing these videos, man, and it's really sad. Like, some people never saved as much as they did. Some people just not ready to retire. They enjoy their job because working a 9 to 5 has a lot of structure, right? So they're used to that structure. And now they have to figure out what to do, how to do it. And it's just sad when it feels like you're not wanted anymore, right? That feeling of like, we don't want you anymore. And that's really, really, really unfortunate. But there's a video I saw recently, and I'm going to do a reaction to it, but I'm going to share with you a little bit that I seen in that video. And they mentioned that what sucks as well, think about this, is you go to work and you try to be buddy with people, you try to be friends, and then once you get laid off, you reach out to them and they disappear. No one really communicates with you anymore. She was stating in the video how it's kind of messed up, how lonely she feels now, how everyone just moved on. While she's out there trying to figure out life, everyone just moved on, right? You built so many great relationships with people, you bonded with them, and you built all that equity, with them, and they just leave. And I've seen that plenty of times. So many people, it happens to me too, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I work with certain people, they leave, they get a job somewhere else, and they never really reach out to me anymore, right? They never really reach out. I mean, usually they do if they need a job, but they never really reach out. They're moving on. And that puts things in perspective, right? That you put so much loyalty to a company and so much faith in a company that they do the right thing, and they always don't, because when it's all said and done, it's just a business, and businesses are going to do what they want to do, And that's with them doing these massive layoffs. And it's not going to stop, right? We all know what they're trying to do now with their working remote. The people work remote. They're telling them you got to come into the office. And if you don't come into the office, we'll lay you off. It's just another way of trying to lay people off and putting the blame on them, right? Because they don't want to work in the office. Because a lot of people love working remote. They love that working remote option. They love it. And they know that if they tell you to come into the office, most likely you'll quit. Because something came out recently that they did a survey stating that people would rather forego a pay raise, right? Or take a 20% pay cut. 20% pay cut to just work remote. Because there's so many benefits of working remote. The traffic, the having to dress up and going to work like dressing up, and just having the flexibility to be home and handle certain things during your lunch. You're right there. You can eat healthier. You go to gym during lunch. You go for walks. There's a lot of things, a lot of benefits that come along with it, and companies know that, and they want to say, you're not being that productive, so I want to lay you off because you're not being productive, even though you are, right? But yeah, man, it's scary times right now, and for anyone out there who's currently looking for a job, man, I feel for you, man. I really do. I wish you the most luck. I really do, because I know right now things are really hard right now. It's really hard right now. We're trying to get a job. It's really hard right now. Like before, you had all the power, the great resignation, as they were saying. Not anymore. Companies, they took that power right back, right? And for those people who are just, right now in a job and they're extremely comfortable, be careful, right? Be careful, because when you're comfortable, that's when things can happen, right? Make sure you're sharpening up your resume. Any new thing you learn in your job, make sure you're updating your resume with that skill. Make sure you're still networking with people. Try to still build that positive relationships with people. Don't try to burn any bridges, because you never know when that day will come when you need them, right? And at the same time, if you have any hobby, just try doing it and see what happens. Maybe you can monetize it. Yeah, you might not become extremely successful. You don't know, because you never know. You might become extremely successful. You might not. But at least build that. That way you have some type of safety net in case you do get laid off, because it's bound to happen, right? Either you're going to get laid off or you're going to leave. And you really want to leave on your own terms. And in order for you to do that, you got to have something on the side ready to go just in case that day comes. It's sad, man. It really is. It's really unfortunate what's going on now, right? Loyalty is with companies is just doesn't exist anymore. And it's really, really, really scary times right now. So once again, guys, just stay strong. I mean, I'm worried, but I'm just gonna continue doing my thing, and that's all you guys could do as well, man. Just continue to be better, and things will always work out in the end. It always will work out in the end. But yeah, it's really bad right now, really bad.